Writers, I want to take you to the next level in your writing. And we've learned how to paraphrase, we've learned how to take great notes. Now I want to take it to the next level and show you how to link your thoughts and phrases so that they are cohesive. And we're going to do that by using conjunctions, prepositions, transitional words, and phrases. So let's take a look at what we have so far. This paragraph, which is now it's a paragraph because I indented it. This paragraph is fine. It is paraphrased, it has all the facts, but you're going to see that almost all of the sentences are really short and choppy, and I call this chopped salad kind of writing, and I'm going to go ahead and read it. So it says, fishing enthusiasts believe that piers were created for fishermen. They see pier fishing as an inexpensive way to enjoy their hobby or to feed their family. They might enjoy catching the fish and then releasing them. They may even keep the fish and cook them at home. Others think that it is unwise to allow fishing on piers. Some people hunt for sharks. Sharks may prey upon nearby surfers and swimmers. It can be reckless to eat fish caught from a pier. Fish may be tainted with chemicals. It could cause sickness or diseases in people who eat them. So again, this is fine, but nothing is connected. So to take it to the next level, we need to use connecting words. Some people think that this is good writing because it has a lot of sentences. I think there's at least 7 or 8 sentences, but it's not the quantity, it's the quality of the writing. That's why there is no magic number to how many sentences can be in a paragraph. So let's get to work. We're going to start off by looking at this topic sentence. It says, fishing enthusiasts believe that piers were created for fishermen. Great. Now I look at the very next sentence, and I see they see pier fishing as an inexpensive way to enjoy their hobby or feed their family. How about I add a transitional phrase like, for example. They see pier fishing as an inexpensive way to enjoy their hobby or to feed their family. They might enjoy catching the fish and then releasing them. I think I'm going to go back and take for example off and put the for example here. For example, they might enjoy catching the fish and releasing them. They may even keep. Why don't I take this period out and use the conjunction or, and now I just bumped this up a little. Let's hear how it sounds. For example, they might enjoy catching the fish and then releasing them, or they may even keep the fish and cook them at home. All right, let's move on. Others think, now we're using a contrary thought here, so I'm going to add in here a word that would show another side. I could say something like however, or I'm going to actually use however. However, others think that it is unwise to allow fishing on piers. Now, I have an example here, so why not use for example or for instance? I think I'll use for instance this time. For instance, some people hunt for sharks. Sharks may prey upon. Now you see how I have sharks here and here? I call that tombstoning. It's just, you should not end a sentence and begin with the same word. So automatically, when I see this, I know that the second shark has to go. And I need to connect those two sentences because clearly they go together. For instance, some people hunt for sharks. I might take that period out, put a comma, and put who. For instance, some people hunt for sharks who may prey upon nearby surfers and swimmers. Now here's, the next sentence is completely unattached to the rest of it. It can be reckless to eat fish caught from a pier. That's true, but it's not connected to anything. So since I'm adding on a thought, I might use a linking word that shows an addition. So let's see. How about in addition? It can be reckless to eat fish caught from a pier. And I go on, fish may be tainted with chemicals. So I want to connect that thought to the other one. In addition, it can be reckless to eat fish caught from a pier Let's see. Fish may be tainted with chemicals. Why don't I just put those fish may be tainted with chemicals? It could cause sickness. I'm going to use a conjunction and. And it could cause sickness or diseases in people who eat them. Whenever I write, I always go back and read the entire thing to see if it flows and fine-tune it as I go. So let's start from the beginning. Fishing enthusiasts believe that piers were created for fishermen. They see pier fishing as an inexpensive way to enjoy their hobby or to feed their family. Sounds good? For example, they might enjoy catching the fish and then releasing them, or they may even keep the fish and cook them at home. However, others think that it is unwise to allow fishing on piers. For instance, some people hunt for sharks who may prey upon nearby surfers and swimmers. In addition, it can be reckless to eat fish caught from a pier. Those fish may be tainted with chemicals, and it could cause sickness or diseases in people who eat them. So here's what we ended up doing. We took a very choppy, disconnected paragraph and we linked it with phrases using conjunctions, prepositions, and transitional words. That's taking your writing up to the next level. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to go back to your own writing. You're going to look for short sentences that may have that tombstoning where you have a sentence ending and beginning with the same word. That's a red flag right there. You're going to go back, fix that. You might have already done this kind of writing. So if you have used transitions and phrases and links, I want you to go ahead and put that area, that paragraph, in red. If you haven't done that, you're going to go back and look for places in your writing where you can show that you know how to connect your thoughts and phrases, and you're going to put that in red, and then I'll check on it. Good luck!